Got it on smash, put on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash.
I just got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And right away, he lost the football. Now Brown up. He lost the football.
Okay, Brady, I see you.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Double dog, that's the way.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
On 3rd down, Jackson letting one go deep for Roberts. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Hey, can't. 48 Mike. Nice, sweetheart. Hey, orbit. Mike 48. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. First. What's that?
On third down, Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Bailey's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And all that work, but he stopped where he... ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Second time he's lost. Return for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Bailey got the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Get high! Lady!
You're trapped! You're trapped!
Yellow, yellow, yellow!
58's the mic! Go 58's the mic!
I'm on.
58's the mic! 58's the mic!
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Rip right, rip right.
Following the interception, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Second and inches at the 15-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. 15 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to go down again. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. It's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Jackson now being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, passing your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years so you can say we got
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Now this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And they'll get it up just short. The 45 at the 44.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Saints.
Ready. Yellow waiting, yellow waiting. Hey, kill. Check 52.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Check. Watch 54. 53.
Now on second and 13. Breeze. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Now Breeze on third down. The open man is Smith. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10, right at the 40. The throw from Breeze into the hands of Smith. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Breeze going to come up here, first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one. Now Breeze again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now Cook. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
To try again after the sack. Cousins, and Rudolph has it, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. On first down, it's Cook. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry, good pickup on first down. On second down now. It's Cook, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back. 300.
March 47.
Hey, zoom.
Watch the backer, watch the backer.
47's the mic, 47's the mic.
I got one. Hey, check, Mike.
From the gun, here's Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So here are the Vikings now as they will go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he is not going to find the end zone. He stopped up short, and this remains a 6-6 game. So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Throwing on first down is Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Someone's sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze again has it complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one.
Ready. Yellow lady. 54.
Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They start the drive with Cook. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Watch the screen.
On the ground, it's Cook. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on error. Now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run. Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Here's Madison running on first down. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder those plays because they were successful in getting 3, or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
That one complete to Hill. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for his Saints. First down. Breeze now to throw. He's got a right, trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. First down, here's Cousins. And this one held in by Rudolph. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. A first down throw for Cousins. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Cameron Jordan picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. Johnson was the intended receiver. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Hey, Alpha. Check. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Hey, I'm coming. Through.
Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Good route here.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected. But a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. I didn't see that coming at all.
54 Mike. Check, block 54, block 54.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Running with Kamara. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Breeze. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ben Gideon coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Third down. 3rd and long.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Well, listen, now, no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso. From the 44, Cousins. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll run on 1st down. Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Hey, Charlie!
On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Let's go, fellas.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did. So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So don't say nothing.
Slam, slam, slam. Hey, yo, Lucky. He's checking out.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Now Cousins. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Cook following the penalty, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And up 2 scores late, no clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
From midfield, here's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Breeze now. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Watch his flat. Watch his flat.
Breeze going to go on 4th down. And that's caught by Smith. And he's got this down to the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Linval Joseph picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Throwing now is Breeze. He's going to rifle, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. McKenzie.